Good morning, March 17. Fear is thrown away. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear involves torment. 1 John chapter 4, verse 18. When children are frightened, they need comfort more than courage, consolation more than logic, and compassion more than proof. Frightened children need to be wrapped in the caring arms of a loving adult until the fear melts away, finding consolation in the presence of someone who cares. That's exactly what God does when we are afraid. He longs to wrap us in His loving arms. He wants us to know Him intimately as our wonderful, protective Father. The closer we draw to Him, the more we can trust in His perfect love. We can't really fathom what perfect love means, because our best attempts at understanding God's flawless love are marred by our sinful nature. The Apostle Paul reminds us that God's perfect love is indeed difficult to understand. He writes in Ephesians chapter 3, verses 17 through 19, that you may be able to comprehend with all the saints what is the width and length and depth and height, to know the love of Christ which passes knowledge, that you may be filled with all the fullness of God. Today, let His perfect love throw away your fears. As you do, you will feel His loving arms wrapping around you with comfort, consolation, and compassion. Fear knocked on the door. Faith answered. No one was there. Anonymous. Good evening. Jesus' simple teachings. Then He told them many things in parables. Matthew chapter 13, verse 3. One of the marvelous things about Christ is the simplicity of His teachings. He expressed the great truths of His heavenly Father in a way that uneducated people could understand, even a child. Yet He also confronted the scholars of His time and silenced them with His wisdom. The unique feature of His teachings was their practicality. He challenged people to forgive their enemies and make friends with them. In His teachings, as well as through His example, He showed the importance of love. The simplicity of faith, as He taught it, leads to a practical, devout lifestyle that transcends theological theories. Everyone who was willing to listen to Him and learn from Him understood what He wanted to tell them. Remember that the simple elements of Christ's teachings are accessible to everyone, and all can delight in them. To love Him and to love your neighbor through Him, to experience His strength in your spirit, to know that His presence is with you at all times. These are simple yet profound truths that ultimately become a glorious reality in your life.